Guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Future featuring Chris Brown, and that's Pie. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now, it's hardly unknown by now that I don't really like the artist involved when it comes to this track, especially if you've been following the site or the YouTube channel for over a month or so, you definitely know this. However, I've let my mind rest for a good few weeks or so, especially when it comes to Future's music in particular. I mean, the guy releases like a track a day, so work ethic wise I think he's more than admirable, really, but it's about quality, not quantity, and the spam like nature he releases his music, it just has my blood boiling usually. So shall we see what I thought of this brand new track? Well, it's just crap in my opinion. It just is. It just kind of sucks, really. I constantly feel as if people let Future off the hook many times, just as this gimmick artist, and people only seem to give him this really easy go of things in reviews because of his following, how dedicated his following is, and I can admire that, but it just falls flat for me every single time. Every single track is centered around the same thing. It sounds exactly the same, and I'm bored of it now. Every time he releases a track, it's just all hype to me. If the only musical comment you can make about the song, and I am being deadly serious here, and I'm not meaning it in an ironic or a pretentious look at the fan base, because I'm also looking at reviewers and the way they look upon Future's music, but the only thing people seem to talk about when it comes to Future's music is that they just put a fire emoji in, and that's about it. It's just hyped, isn't it? It's all pumped up and all this sort of stuff, but I don't find it that pumping up. It's just this sort of by the barrel, dime a dozen trap beat with terribly mixed vocals and terrible performances placed over the top, really. So listen to the new ASAP Ferg material, or maybe some of the new Remy Ma tracks. Just anything but this lazy mess pile. Production-wise, the track is an absolute disaster, but only in a few horrific elements, if that makes any sense. I actually think the trap beat is mixed fairly well, since you have this very impactful kick and this surprisingly deep yet tonal sub bass. It's one of the best sub bass mixes that I've probably heard in trap music for the last 3 or 4 months or so. But the vocals are just so bad. For one, they are way too trebly. They're piercing almost. They have this sort of slight reverb placed over the top that doesn't fit right with this very tight mix. The auto-tune is completely out of control at this point, to the point that both artists sound as if they're ripping off 7K the God. And yes, I did really say that. Look him up. You'll be entertained if nothing else. And I just found it agonizing to hear such warbling on one track by two such acclaimed artists. The vocals are so distracting that it completely ruins the texture for me and the feeling within the track, and it just had me completely deflated. I feel kind of stupid commenting on the musicality when it comes to this track, but there is just none on show, is there? It's a looping 4-bar sort of routine with some samples thrown in every now and then to signify that there is at least some change from section to section. Future's flow is jarring, but in all the worst ways. He just has no flow at all. It's just a collection of random auto-tune notes wrapped with incredibly simplistic syllabic dynamics where he just shouts a word and then mumbles for a little while. It is just shout a word, mumble, shout a word with funny dramatization, and then mumble some more, and it's just so freaking boring at this time. Chris Brown tried his hardest to use all the worst aspects of his sort of vocals as well, since he has the vocal ferocity of a timid kitten at this point, but at least he tried something new, and that's about the only compliment I could give this track at all. Chris Brown didn't exactly sound like Chris Brown, which is a bad thing, but at least he tried something different. And I just think the chorus hook sucks as well. It's not catchy, it's not memorable, it doesn't get you pumped up. I don't know what all that's about, and it's just repetitive and boring and lazy. Lyrically, Future continues to showcase why he is one of the worst lyricists around today. Even 2 Chainz dwarfs him nowadays, and that is really saying something. The guy has one theme and one theme only, and even then he can't even make you smile or laugh with any clever lines at all, because it's just all so mundane and pathetic. So all in all, I'm sorry to the fans who follow him. If you like this track, if you like him, then you go for it. I'm fully behind that. I appreciate you actually actively following someone in music. It only benefits the rest of us, but I just think when it comes to my personal preference, this song is one of the worst of the year. So I gave it a G rating of 1 out of 10. If you like this video, then please leave a like, comment what you think in the comment section down below, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.